When astronomers first spotted the third atlas using the Hubble Space Telescope, it appeared to be an innocuous interstellar body, just a few hundred meters wide, slowly moving toward the Sun. NASA registered it as yet another small visitor from the depths of space and continued its research. However, just a few days later, new photographs revealed an unexpected change, unveiling an entirely different story. The next image from Hubble no longer captured a rocky object. Instead, it showed a metallic body with a tail glowing red and yellow, like molten steel spilling into the vastness of space. Moreover, instead of evaporating under the sunlight, as all comets had done in the past, its tail pointed directly at the Sun, resembling the jet trail left behind when a spacecraft's engine is ignited. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb voiced what many scientists feared to say aloud. He suggested the presence of an advanced propulsion device. However, without compelling data, it remained merely a conjecture. Then, on the 7th of September, the James Webb Space Telescope took a clearer and more detailed image that shocked the scientific community. Overnight, the red and yellow tail transformed into a deep green. This was not an ordinary glow. It was a neon green beam pulsing like a heartbeat. Each pulse coincided with barely perceptible yet precise movements in the object's trajectory, as if invisible hands were guiding it. For scientists accustomed to calm and predictable comets, this was a true shock. This time, Loeb did not shy away from his words. He stepped forward and declared that the third atlas was no longer a comet, but rather an interstellar craft, a machine with engines based on physical and chemical principles that surpassed all of humanity's achievements. For the first time, he presented hard facts and observations to support his claims. However, the first question that sparked horror was, why had the tail suddenly turned green? Captain, a senior specialist in aerospace engines at NASA's Advanced Propulsion Laboratory, explained that this unusual glow was not just a color. It was a sign of what was happening within the object. When the James Webb analyzed the light from the third atlas, splitting it into a spectrum like a rainbow on a laboratory table, it found almost a complete absence of water vapor. Instead, there were carbon dioxide, traces of hydrogen cyanide, a bit of carbon monoxide, and clouds of nickel dust. These were not random cometary gases. This was what one would choose if designing a highly efficient plasma engine. You select the gas, ionize it to turn it into plasma, and then use electric or magnetic fields to accelerate it. This reaction provides thrust similar to that of a rocket, but significantly more efficient. Carbon dioxide serves as a heavy working agent. Cyanide conducts electric charge exceptionally well, allowing it to be captured by magnetic fields, while nickel dust adds mass and protects the core, together forming a dense, controllable plasma. This ominous green glow resembles neither paint nor sunlight. It is the result of the interaction between anisotropic carbon and cyanide in a powerful electric field. In laboratories on Earth, we observe a similar glow when we pass these gases through high-voltage arcs. The light is produced by electrons moving between energy levels during the acceleration process. On a cosmic scale, this can mean only one thing: someone is using a plasma engine. From an engineering perspective, the system appears almost too perfect to be real. According to Dr. Avalib, at its center lies a compact nuclear reactor, a power core with a density significantly exceeding anything ever created by humans. This reactor is capable of generating power at 10 gigawatts, enough to supply an entire country, while fitting into a chamber the size of a city block. The nuclear core also functions as an engine and radiation shield, maintaining a temperature comparable to the hot surface of a star, while protecting what is hidden within the system. Pulses occurring every 232 seconds create small bursts of speed and direction. None of this can occur solely from sunlight. This is clearly a purposeful thrust. As a result, we observe a green jet, which serves as both the propellant and conceals the true form of the craft. Each pulse visible in the tail is a synchronous discharge from the powerful nuclear reactor, a precisely calculated push into space, much like starting an engine from a control panel. As the craft approached the sun, the color changed as the engine switched to another mode. The red-yellow phase we observed at the beginning corresponded to a low-energy discharge, reminiscent of a jet engine spooling up. As it neared the sun, the craft began to utilize the star's magnetic field to charge the plasma to a higher energy, resulting in the green glow. Scientists expect to soon see a blue-white phase, ultra-hot plasma at maximum thrust. Each pulse precisely alters the speed and direction of the craft, reminiscent of the operation of throttling engines on spacecraft, switching between low and high power. All of this contradicts the physics and chemistry taught in educational institutions. A comet's tail should not point inward, should not pulse like a heart, and should not spontaneously slow down or perfectly align with the plane of Earth's orbit. Nevertheless, the craft does all of this, employing principles that are either unknown to us or yet to be revealed. NASA's orbital data shows that it is slowing down from 88,000 kilometers per hour to approximately 87,000 in just 2 weeks, which is impossible without active thrust. But there was something even stranger. As the comet approached the sun, terrestrial radio telescopes began to detect signals that no comet should produce. Pulses at a frequency of 1,420 megahertz. Hydrogen lines that scientists use to search for interstellar communication. Each time the green clouds began to glow brighter, the signal rose. This was not a random sound. It increased and decreased in the same rhythm as the engine pulses, like a second heartbeat hidden beneath the first. For radio engineers, this is a clear sign of a transmitter or energy system at work. They are broadcasting a carrier wave. In other words, the 3 elements of Atlas are not just glowing for us. They are also emitting sound. At this frequency, hydrogen naturally absorbs and emits energy, making it a universal communication channel with space. Astronomers have been listening for signals precisely in this range for decades. Now, as the alien plasma engine operates within our solar system, it is this frequency that responds to us. The signal is weak but well organized, like an encrypted message or a byproduct of a powerful network the size of a city. In any case, no comet tail at 1400 megahertz has ever been like this. Therefore, NASA issued a strict warning. The green plasma ejection may slow down in orbital space. The xenon gas and nickel dust in such concentrations will act like a charged sandstorm, heating solar panels, disabling antennas, and causing short circuits in electronics. Satellites designed to operate in the vacuum of space are not equipped to handle foreign ejections. For the first time in history, space agencies developed emergency procedures in case an interstellar craft crosses Earth's orbital trajectory. To address the threat, NASA announced an operational response zone called Juno 1. This project, created on an urgent schedule, is designed to pass directly through the green plasma tail. Its hull will be protected by a new ceramic nickel shield to withstand the flow of xenon ions and nickel dust. Inside, reinforced instruments will track the radio signal and capture the engine's operation up close. If the launch occurs on time, Juno 1 will become the first spacecraft in history to approach an alien propulsion system while it is still glowing green in the night sky. Engineers warn that even a simple approach poses a risk. The tail behaves like a living stream of charged particles, bending under the influence of solar wind and pulsing with a power of 10 gigawatts. One misstep, and Juno 1 could be destroyed. But if the mission is successful, humanity will finally see with its own eyes the alien reactor at the center of the 3 elements of Atlas, the nickel lattice, plasma nozzles, and the green heart of the engine itself. Astronomy enthusiasts around the world are also observing the effects. With the help of moderate telescopes, they can observe faint flashes along the tail, like Morse code. NASA has confirmed that these flashes are real. Some observers see intertwined threads twisted into a spiral. The bright central point remains clear despite the long exposure of the cameras. Scientists suggest that this is the magnetic nozzle of an extraterrestrial engine, which is likely shining through the thinning camouflage. Recent calculations from NASA indicate that the ship will soon switch again, likely to a bluish-white plasma phase. In this mode, it is capable of slowing down and leaving the solar system, or drastically reducing speed to enter an orbit between Earth and Mars. The entire world will be watching this event. If it slows its movement to synchronize with our orbit, humanity will see a spacecraft from another star system for the first time, and it, in turn, will be looking at us. As it approaches the Sun, its light and chemical composition will change day by day, and somewhere in the depths of space, this craft, which is older and smarter than anything on Earth, will enter our domain. We are experiencing the initial stage of contact. The only remaining question is what it will do next. Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to keep up with the developments in this exciting story, be sure to support us and follow for new updates, as you will not want to miss what happens next.